I didn't argue, didn't ask why, didn't beg her to change her mind. I just looked her in the eyes, took a deep breath, and said, "Okay, if space is what you need, I won't stand in your way." Before I share the rest, let me say this. If you've ever had to let go of someone you love deeply because they weren't sure about you anymore, hit that like button. And if you're still carrying the silence they left behind, drop a comment. You're not alone. Really, you're not? My name is Samir, and for nearly 6 years, I built a life with a woman named Mira. We weren't perfect, but we were consistent movie nights, lazy Sundays, early morning coffees, even if she never finished hers. She used to say, "You're the calm in my chaos." And I believed her until the day she said she didn't feel like herself anymore. It started small, canceled plans, shorter replies, less laughter. I thought she was just overwhelmed at work. I tried to help, cooked more, gave her space to breathe. But what I didn't realize was the space I gave her wasn't making her feel free. It was making her feel farther. One evening after dinner, she sat down on the edge of the couch like she was about to break news she didn't want to deliver. "Samir," she said quietly, "I think I need some space from us." My chest tightened. "You mean a break?" She nodded, eyes already glossy. "I don't know what I want anymore, but I feel like I've lost myself. And maybe we jumped into this life before I was ready." She expected resistance, maybe a fight, maybe a guilt trip. But I surprised her. I just nodded, stood up slowly, and said, "Okay." Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much to trap her in something she wasn't sure of. The next day, I packed a few bags and moved to a small rental across town. No drama, no angry texts, no chasing, just silence. The first month was brutal. I'd cook something and instinctively plate 2 servings. I'd wake up reaching for a body that wasn't there. I'd check her socials just to see if she looked. Okay, and she did. Brunch with friends, yoga retreats, a solo trip to Muscat. She looked lighter, freer, like leaving me was the right call. I hated how mature I was being, but part of love is knowing when not to force your presence. I stayed quiet, didn't reach out, didn't try to remind her of our 6 years together. I just tried to rebuild gym, journaling, solo dinners at restaurants we used to love, learning to sit with the silence. By month 6, I stopped imagining. Her name lighting up my phone, stopped rehearsing the perfect "what would I even say if she came back?" speech. I was healing slowly, imperfectly, but honestly. Then came month 10, Friday evening. I was cleaning up after dinner when my phone buzzed. Mirutha's name I had trained myself to ignore. "Oh, hey, can we talk?" I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I replied, "Sure." 10 minutes later, she was outside my place. Same soft knock I remembered from all our late-night talks. Same perfume I hadn't smelled in nearly a year. I opened the door. She looked nervous, tired, not physically, but like life had humbled her. She walked in without a word and sat at the same small dining table I'd been eating alone at for months. Then she finally spoke. I've thought about this moment 100 times, thought about what to say. I didn't interrupt. I really thought space would give me answers. I thought I'd find clarity, freedom. I did it first. Her voice shook, but somewhere along the way I realized I didn't miss freedom, I missed you. She looked up, eyes brimming. I went looking for myself, and all I kept finding were pieces of youth, the way you folded my clothes, the way you made tea, the way you never tried to fix me, just held space. She took a deep breath. "I was wrong, Samir, and if you hate me, I get it. But I had to tell you loving you was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Here's the truth. There was a time I would have done anything to hear those words. A time I would have begged her to come home. But standing there, watching her struggle to make eye contact, I realized something I didn't expect. I had changed. I had grown into a man who no longer needed her to come back for him to feel whole. I still loved her, but I didn't need her. That was the difference. I sat across from her and said calmly, "I'm proud of you for figuring things out and for saying this." She nodded, tears slipping down. "But I'm not the man you left behind, and I don't think we can just restart like nothing happened." "I know," she whispered. "I just needed to tell you even if there's no us at the end of this." I reached across the table not to hold her hand, just to let her know, No hatred lived here anymore. I thank you, I said, for the honesty, for coming back, and for reminding me how far I've come. She smiled through her tears. You're really okay now, aren't you? I nodded. Yeah, I really am. We didn't hug, didn't say maybe someday. She left quietly, just like she had 10 months earlier. But this time, I didn't feel empty. I felt free. Sometimes the real power isn't in getting them back. It's in knowing you're whole without them. And when they do return, you'll know the difference between love and peace. If this story found your heart at the right moment, hit that like button. Share your story in the comments. And remember, walking away doesn't always mean giving up. Sometimes it's how you begin.